semester. So this is spooning for any of you new listeners out there. It's a variety show. It's hard to define. It's like what's a good metaphor for something that's hard to define? It's like Peter Macmillan. He tells you he's going to come on the show for the first 20 minutes, and then he says he has to figure out whether this congressman is a state or a U.S. congressman. So
there's a thing called smartphones these days.
Right. Right. So.
It sounded pretty urgent.
But the idea of the show is we have a couple segments and then just some light banter, play some music. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stick with the Beatles motif, so if you guys have some recommendations, or even our callers, if you want to call into the studio, there's like a 10% chance that it will work, but I still encourage you to try. Okay, I should probably turn on all the mics. Welcome to the show, Jordan Lecheski. How are you?
It's good to be here, Dan.
Yeah, cool. Did you have a good break?
I did.
Okay.
Celebrated my birthday.
Right.
Went to a Timberwolves game.
I did, yes. That was really fun. So I just want to talk about that Timberwolves game for a little bit because a series of very fortunate events happened to me.
Okay.
So we went there, and I ended up sneaking down to the first level.
Oh, yes.
So I was about 5 rows back, mid-court. And right when I got down there, Shabazz Muhammad hit a half-quarter, which is unreal. And then
Right
subsequently after that, they did the T-shirt, throwing thing. And I caught a T-shirt, which is awesome. I've never, caught a T-shirt at any sporting event.
Did you get the double XL, too?
I just got an XL, a single X. So
either way.
Yeah. And then I was apparently on the Jumbotron.
Wow.
So that was my goal for the game, was to make it on the Jumbotron. So I made it on the Jumbotron. And so I caught a T-shirt, and I noticed that Jordan had also caught a T-shirt. They were in the cheap seats, so I could see them. Yes. They were directly in front of me. And, I was waving at him because I thought that we both caught a T-shirt at, the exact same time. What are the odds of that? And so I see him, and he's shaking this T-shirt back and forth. And I thought he saw me for a second, but then I just see the T-shirt go down, down. And I see this bald ref, and narrowly misses him.
Narrowly avoided the computers, too.
And the computers. And I just like to hear your rationale behind that action, because to this day I still understand. But I'll just finish the story. So, the T-shirt hits the ground, it hits the court, pretty decently accurate, and the ref throws it in the fan section. So, yeah, that was a really fun game. But I would love to hear your rationale behind that.
Sure.
Okay, so
sure,
bring me up to speed. So
okay.
you caught a T-shirt.
At the Wolves game, some lady's throwing a T-shirt. I act like I don't want it, but I want it. So I stand up there.
Yeah.
I reach out one hand, snag it, right over a kid. No, I'm just kidding. There's no kids. But anyway, so I have it, and I've caught one of these before, and I knew it was going to be an XL, which I can't wear. So I kind of snuck a look at the tag and said XL. I was like, shit. I mean, shoot.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll bleep that out.
Yeah. So then Calvin next to me and whoever else was next to me is like, throw it. So I'm like, okay. And then I just launched it.
I would like to pause the story because we actually have Cal in the studio, and he will either validate or deny that claim.
Okay, I do need to qualify that claim, which I will admit is valid. I did encourage him through the art of peer pressure to throw his T-shirt. But what I meant for it was to, throw an arcing shot so it kind of land in the first deck of fans.
I'm not going to hit a fan.
It's a T-shirt. It's not going to hurt. It's a free shirt. Anyone would love that. But he chucks it like a laser. Almost nails the referee and all the recording equipment.
Okay, in my defense, I was aiming precisely right on the court in between the computer and the ref. Hit the spot. Made it all the way down. Everyone's like, oh my God, sign him up. Put him on the Twins.
Oh my gosh.
And then Was it?
So I'm assuming the T-Wolves were losing at this point.
Oh,
that was also the thing. I wanted to give us a little bit of a momentum.
Yeah, I think
I'm
that
not
was.
sure if throwing things on the court is a momentum builder.
Here, I mean, if you would have made
It's happened before. How about Toronto, for example? Blue Jays in the playoffs, fans start throwing beer onto the field. Next thing you know, walk-off home run. Same thing.
Did they win?
Quite a small sample size.
Did the T-Wolves win?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, and that was the final part. The Timberwolves won in overtime, which is pretty sweet.
I take it back.
But I was thinking, if you would have made that, like if it would have went in the basket, it was worth it almost for that chance. Cause,
in the basket?
Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be
like
a
I
long
was
ways
like
away.
fantasizing when I was down there. If I were to get the ball, like I'm not passing it back. I'm shooting that something. Because if I make it, like I'm getting like national recognition for
And
that. If I miss it, 18,000 fans. Well, it was a Monday. It was a Wednesday.
18,000.
Monday night, so it was probably more like
There's-
40. They would have all hated me, and the players too, the refs. But it's worth it.
You don't want to get in an altercation with a lot of those guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, especially not now with Big Lance Stevenson.
Exactly.
He'll get in your face and he'll blow your eyelashes right off your face.
Like the big bad wolf.
Cool. Let's continue with introductions. Thank you for joining us, Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan McElrath.
Hello.
You had a very exciting break. What did you do exactly?
I did, yeah. So my dad and I, we both went out to Park City, Utah.
Okay.
For 4 or 5 days and skied the living bejesus out of those mountains.
Okay.
It's a cool location, Park City, because there are 5 different ski resorts or mountains that you have access to in maybe a 5-mile radius. So
wow.
it offers like a great amount of variety for like this location, and then it is also the home to one of the only 2 skier only mountains, Alta, which is my favorite.
No snowboarders.
No snowboarders
Why?
are allowed.
How about sledding?
Sledding?
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't seen anybody rock a toboggan yet, but
That was so funny.
yeah, but it is definitely bringing some controversy over to that national park where a skier or snowboarders are not allowed, and there's some protesters later in the season where the guys like
There's
just
protesters.
yeah they park their vans, like they have these big signs saying
Let
like
us board.
yeah, exactly. So
Well, there's nothing else to protest these days.
So one of the slogans that Alta has is Alta is for skiers. Like they are not trying to hide this fact. They're actually like
I
advertising
don't understand the disdain towards snowboarders.
it. Well, their argument is that they push the snow in a like unnatural manner or in like a negative way where
I've heard
they're
that,
pushing it
yeah.
down or pushing it more to the side, whereas skiers kind of just like disperse it a little bit better.
Okay.
And then there's just some personal reasons, vendettas, I guess, out there against
Okay,
snowboarders.
yeah.
Because my father, he loves Alta because the snowboarders, when they get off the chairlift, they always have to like buckle in their like one of their feet, and so they sit at the top of the hill, and then you kind of skiers, you just get off and go.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of maneuver around those
Right.
people. So. My dad is a big fan of that. He also says they make more noise. I can't really confirm that.
Snowboarders.
Snowboarders make
Oh,
more
like
noise.
the people. Like he's kind of
the
working
people
together.
and like the way they turn, like it's just like he says, a scratching, like it's a more scratchy sound.
Wow, he really.
I mean,
not like snowboarders.
exactly. It's
Their voices have a scratchy sound.
no, like they're like boards on the ice or on the snow. So, anyways, it was a great trip. I ran in, or like there was just like a concert in the middle of the street one night, and then I met a dude that knows the surgeon that did the Teddy Bridgewater surgery. Got some insider information on that. Sad to say, it's not good news.
Right.
And then lastly, there is a painting or a like piece of street art on one of the walls of one of the buildings, and it's from my favorite street artist, Banksy, which is really neat. He's like a famous European street artist. So that was like plexiglassed up, and like so it's protected from vandalists or than just the weather. So
Okay.
yeah, I had a great time out there though. 4 days of great skiing, and it's just a nice time to get closer to my dad.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and you also went skiing out in Idaho.
I did, yeah, I did. I'll just jump in front of you, Cal.
No problem.
Yeah, so I went skiing too, and you mentioned snowboarders, like hogging the way, like right after you get off the chairlift. Well, I was going up the chairlift, and you know how you put like your poles in between your legs?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So I had them between my legs, but I was trying to get off, and one of my poles was stuck.
Oh.
So I was kind of, in that weird position of a pole is going like, I'm trying to get off, but this pole is like holding me up by a very bad place. But luckily, the pole gave way and it just snapped right in half. So I broke my pole trying to get off a chairlift, which is pretty sad. But in my defense, is like my first time skiing in a long, long time.
So, did you have to buy another pole?
I didn't. The guy just left. I told him I made a slight modification to the pole. So I'm hoping it was the joke that swayed him. It was probably just policy.
That's quick thinking. So I'm guessing that you put the poles between your legs, right?
Correct.
Did you put the basket side in, or the handle?
I put basket side back.
Back. Okay.
Yeah. Is that the?
That may have been your
okay.
Your mistake there, but
I think I should just pull them out before I'm about to like seconds before. Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah. But otherwise it was good. I was expecting to be like decent at skiing. I'm in comparison to. I mean, I didn't expect. Maybe this is wrong of me, but I didn't expect Pete to be the best skier. But in fact, he was very good. Like, he was an incredible skier.
Really?
Yeah. He was a great skier, and Tyler was really good at snowboarding. So I was definitely the weakest link. But I got by. I was actually, the first day we were skiing, and I just kind of went off this jump unintentionally.
Oh, boy.
And I fell. Everything went everywhere. And I, really hurt my hip. I couldn't walk for a couple hours. So
how'd you get off the mountain?
I could still ski.
Okay.
And,
no, they
it didn't once I sat down, then there's less adrenaline and stuff.
I was told that the ski patrol came down, checked your vitals, got the toboggan, and called a ambulance. But I mean, that's just speculation.
Right.
So.
I cannot confirm or deny that statement. But anyway, then we skied the next day, and it was a lot better. So a lot of fun there. Just a lot of time in the ski town was really cool. I don't know. You said you had a good time in Park City. But the ski town is really cool, a small little town. We did karaoke one night. We saw a band. We did some bar hopping.
What's the bar scene like?
In Ketchum, they got some cool little bars.
I hear
it.
Pete got tossed out one night.
Pete's Where'd you hear that from?
Oh, well... For some reason, I thought I heard sources were out there that Pete got tossed out wanting to meet a band in the back room, or maybe I'm getting these stories mixed up with somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
Hey, the radio is the place to spread rumors.
Yeah. No, it's not rumors.
Yeah, the more inflammatory the comments,
facts.
the better. We're just trying to get views.
Yeah,
we're just trying to get
news.
listeners. Yeah.
No, it's not lies. It's alternative facts. So
yeah,
alt facts.
But besides that, I worked in admissions for 2 days, gave some tours. That's always fun, and did some cross country skiing as well. So it was a very good break. Watched a series of Unfortunate Events. Binge watched that, and it was really good.
How many episodes?
It's just 8.
Oh, okay.
But they're an hour each. But it's very good. Yeah. All right, Cal, you're up. How's your break?
My break was excellent, Dan. It was very similar in the fact that I was also at that Timberwolves game, as we've previously discussed. But one thing we did leave out of that is, of course, that we won Cherry Berry.
Yes. Oh, that was another win, yeah.
For those of you who don't know, every fourth quarter, if the opposing team misses 2 consecutive free throws, the entire crowd, with a valid ticket, can get a free cherry berry the next day at any participating cherry berry.
In Twin Cities.
In the Twin Cities area, yes. So, thankfully, after the fourth quarter started, Bismack Biyombo went to the line for the Magic and proceeded to miss 2 free throws. Hey! And not only did that help us get to overtime, but it helped us get a nice snack the next day. So that was excellent.
So you took advantage of the free cherry
Oh,
berry?
yes. And
That's awesome.
You know, their thinking is, no one will fill that out. That's a lot of work. But we did it. We went in and got it.
4 free
sweet.
ice creams.
Yep.
Or was it 5? Might have been. Yeah,
There's a lot of
5.
free ice cream. There's a lot of free ice cream.
That's awesome.
Otherwise, my break was pretty relaxed. Saw some good movies with the Pops. I saw The Accountant.
Oh, I saw it too.
Okay.
I was a big fan of The Accountant.
Is that a new movie?
That was a weird movie.
Newish.
Okay.
It just came out on DVD, so it's probably not like crazy.
Okay.
good or anything,
Who is that?
but It's Damon.
Oh,
No,
Matt
it
Damon.
isn't.
Is it? I thought it was.
I don't
Never
think
mind.
so.
Never mind.
I'll look it up.
We'll look it up.
Yeah. We'll get
Look
back
it
to you.
up. He plays a very weird character.
Okay.
Whoever it is.
It's like a Ben Affleck,
Ben Affleck. Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
okay.
Wow. I don't know why I said
a
that.
math savant, cooking the books or
Okay.
uncooking the books.
Oh, so that's funny because Matt Damon was a math savant in that one with Robin Williams. You know what I'm talking about? That older movie? Ryan, you got to know this movie.
I don't. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
Say it again.
Matt Damon's like a math savant, and he's like working as a custodian.
Oh, yeah,
But then he like solves the
that's,
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. Yeah.
That's what we were thinking of,
okay.
yeah.
Math
Yeah.
savants. There's quite the market for math savants.
Yeah, and Ben
movies,
Affleck
so,
actually plays like his dim-witted friend in that, so that's kind of a funny transition.
I just realized that Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck are brothers. I never knew that.
There you go. Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Liberal arts education.
And Affleck Duck is the cousin.
Oh, okay.
So
So I think Pete was trying to watch every Matt Damon movie over the
That'd
January.
be quite a few.
Yeah, over the
So
month
be
of
a
January.
lot of Matt Damon trapped on a planet.
Yeah,
alone.
I'd like to ask him like whether he was successful with that.
Yeah,
but
he's a good actor.
he is. Yeah.
Yeah, so to segue into our next segment, it's who's your favorite actor
Oh,
or actress?
Well, I've got those answers like right away.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
I'm ready to hit it. For an actor, I'm a big fan of Matthew McConaughey.
You can't go wrong with Matthew McConaughey.
Either going with I just saw great movie. I even forgot about that. Like
Yeah.
that's a top 5 movie right there.
That's really pushing it. But
No
okay.
way. The Wolf of Wall Street is an all-time great
okay.
movie. But I'm a big fan of him in Interstellar. That's one of
Yeah,
my
he is good
favorite
in that.
movies. The Good Guys. That's like
yeah,
I think that's a really good movie.
that
also,
is a good movie. I like that movie a lot.
yeah, I think I like his voice, and then also like whenever he wins an Academy Award, he always says "all right, all right, all right" before
Of course,
he accepts
of course.
it, and I think it's just such a cool thing to do, I guess, or a routine or a ritual. And then also, how can you not love his Lincoln commercials? Like he's a great seller at that. But then with the actress, I'm a big fan of Emma Watson.
Okay.
I like her in Harry Potter movies and the Harry Potter movies. That's all I really know her for.
Right,
but
yeah.
she was fantastic
Okay.
and gorgeous. So
Okay. Right, that doesn't hurt.
For actors, I like Christoph Waltz, the guy that's the dude in Django Unchained. He's the dentist that goes around.
of course,
And,
it's a
Yeah.
dentist.
Nice.
yeah, he's a really good villain character, and I think he plays the part really well. Kind of like a half eerie, half like funny guy. So I like that. I like Denzel Washington a lot. Yeah, those are my 2 main guys.
Okay.
I got a cool little fact about Christopher Waltz. That
Oh yeah.
he's been in a lot of Quentin Tarantino movies lately.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
he made a deal with Tarantino that I guess he played 2 bad characters or something like that, and he made a deal with Tarantino's I will do these roles as long as I can be a good guy in a later film, and that's where Django Unchained comes in, where he's kind of
That's really
the
interesting.
good
I
dentist.
didn't know it was planned out like that. But
yeah, it's kind of neat.
yeah, Angelina Jolie would probably be the actress I would go for.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Jordan.
Actor, I would say Leonardo DiCaprio,
Oof,
who was
good choice.
actually the star of Wolf of Wall Street, but also The
Are you a big-
Revenant,
are you a big,
Inception.
Titanic fan?
I've never seen Titanic.
Oh
actually.
my gosh.
It's so long. I don't
I've
really
actually
care.
never seen it either.
What?
I've never seen the entire thing. I've seen like them trying to get into the boats, like when the ship is sinking.
So
but-
breaking news: the next 3 radio shows will just be us like commentating while we
Reacting.
watch the Titanic.
It's like
Anyway.
Mystery Space Theater.
That'd
A
be
lot
great.
of good movies. The Departed, great movie.
Oh my
also.
gosh! Wow.
Yeah, he's got a lot of hits.
Mm-hmm.
Getting attacked by a bear in The Revenant. Actress, I like Emma Watson too, but Mila Kunis, also
Oh
gorgeous.
yes,
Yes.
she's very good.
Who's she married to again?
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Wait, is she actually? I just made that,
that?
up.
No, that. Yeah, she is.
Oh wow.
That made my made my life. Just like completing that '70s show like connection. Just they
That's,
can,
are they actually married?
yeah, they are.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's cool. I would say my favorite actor is Bill Murray.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know, I used to hate him, but he's grown on me.
I think he's so funny. I just love I love him in Caddyshack. I think that's one of my favorite movies.
I think he's from Minnesota. Bill Murray.
Really,
No.
I know he has
He's from
stake in
Illinois, I think.
he has stake in the St. Paul Saints. I know that.
yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he's in the
And-
area quite often.
Yeah.
And my dad's friend graduated high school with him. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
Female actress. I really like Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick. She's like my celebrity crush. I think I really like the movie Pitch Perfect.
Oh God!
That's a great
I just
movie.
looked up Anna Kendrick.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I
agree.
can-
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
I think she's she always plays like a really like a reasonable character and like personable person. So I feel like she'd be a cool person to talk to.
How about our most hated actor or actress?
I'm gonna go Liam Neeson.
Really?
I
I
cannot.
like Liam Neeson.
He
plays the same character.
right
all the
now. He
time,
does. Okay, here's the thing. He does serious so well. Like Taken, like that's awesome for 95% of the movie. I think he's so good at just being like a sociopath. But then comes that tender moment where he has to like be a little like sensitive and just tender, and he just can't. I just can't he can't do it. He's so bad at it, and I just like see through it every time. Like no, like you're a sociopath. Like don't try. I just think he like tries way too hard in those moments.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of Amy Schumer.
Okay.
I don't know. I just
Haven't
haven't.
s- What has she been in?
You know, I can't exactly remember, but I just
Just
don't like her. Getting some bad vibes. But then like, I'm not a fan of Nicolas Cage.
I was gonna say,
How do you
Everyone
not-
hates Nick Cage. Oh my
National
god.
Treasure.
I like. That's the only movie I can stand.
That's the only
with
movie
him.
I've seen with him. So
Okay.
He's
Everyone.
just, he just sends off a creepy vibe.
He's
like,
so bad.
You don't want to leave like your kids with him. I think. Like, oh God.
Yes,
Yes.
everyone should watch The Wicker Man. It is the worst movie, but the most entertaining and horribly disturbing movie.
Also, not a huge fan of Adam Sandler. It's
Oh
kind
yeah.
of
yeah, me
sad.
too.
it goes without saying.
The Razzie King,
Indeed.
as he's known.
Fun
Wonder
fact
Wonder.
for Jack and Jill, he won Razzie for worst male and worst female lead, which is very dubious and very dubious honor.
I have another male actor that I'm not a fan of.
Okay.
He, Owen Wilson.
Oh my
yeah.
god, he's like my favorite.
Really?
How do you not like Owen Wilson?
I feel like he just plays the same character over
Yeah.
and over. It's because of his voice. He has such a unique like sound.
Yeah.
I can't
So-
stand
What's
his
a-
nose.
Oh my
Drill
god.
Bit Taylor. Not a fan of that.
Okay, I haven't
movie.
seen that one, but have you seen Zoolander?
I have. Honestly, think it was a little overhyped,
Okay.
but
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's nothing
I
nothing
love
personal.
Owen Wilson.
The Rock. Don't like him in movies.
Yeah.
Also, Kevin Hart. Funnier as stand-up. Not as funny as an
Yeah.
actor.
Well, I mean, you know what kind of humor you're going to get going in. But
Tom Cruise, also not a
yeah,
fan.
I was
Oh,
Just
gonna
because-
say-
I like Tom Cruise.
What? I
Some
just
of his
think
movies.
I think
He's too perfect. Like
he's just not a good person, and
Yeah, he's not a very good.
and like
person.
if you just watch his movies, like you'd think he'd be like 6'2", but he's actually like 5 foot, like 3.
oh,
And he's
God.
Yeah, he's
what is
really
that?
short.
What's that religion?
Scientology.
Scientologist. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
They've got him wrapped around their
Oh
finger.
my goodness.
yes, so I'm not a fan of it.
He's not the only
He actually
one.
doesn't
to be
have
fair,
very
though.
many good movies, but
Mission
There's a
Impossible is like
few.
what he's known
Rain
for. I
Man,
think.
he's good in that one.
The first
That's
Jack
true.
Reacher is alright.
Okay.
The
Yeah,
second one,
yeah.
I was not
I didn't even watch the
feeling
second
as
one.
much.
Okay.
Yeah, they tried too hard to get a sequel for that, in my opinion.
Have you guys ever thought about joining Scientology? I mean, it's pretty popular.
I'm
Thought
pretty
of it.
committed to the Temple of Ek.
Yeah.
But, I'm pretty-
We should really bring in an Ek once in a while.
yes, we should.
That would be really interesting.
I don't know where we'd. Well, I guess I know where we'd
They
find
live
it.
in
I
a
don't know if
shroud
we
of
can get in.
secrecy, but I can do my best to dig.
Is there a
something
phone
out.
number we can call?
we can
I'm
keep
gonna
them
look it up.
anonymous on the show.
I wonder if they have a phone number.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Just
if they
record our
could,
call.
yeah, if they could
Temple of
call.
Ek.
No, we could actually get them to call in. I think.
Well,
To the
they'd have
show.
to be listening.
No,
Hey,
I mean we would
for
contact
free,
them.
Like, free advert. For
Yeah,
the
we would
thing,
contact them. They might mistrust. They probably wouldn't trust us with good reason.
It's got 4.4 stars on Google.
Interesting. What about on Yelp?
Wait, it's rated.
Yeah, the church is. I don't know.
Great food.
Oh, there is a phone number. We can call it, or they can call us.
Okay. During a song, I'll try to figure that out. I just want to touch on one more topic that we were talking about the Timberwolves earlier, and I was thinking just a couple weeks ago we were at that Monday game, and granted it was a Monday game, but the lack of energy in
Yes.
that building was
That's
appalling.
Mondays, though.
But it was more
I
than
looked
that.
at the attendance. It was the lowest we'd had all season. But
But-
sure, I see where you're coming from.
But just like our players, I feel like they have just like no personality whatsoever. Like I was down there, like I was five rows away, and it was like there's like a one-way mirror like around the court. It's like there's no like they're just like playing by themselves. So I just think it's a really weird like dynamic. So I was like hoping we would get kind of like a polarizing, potentially controversial player, and we certainly did with Lance Stevenson.
How does
so
that
I'm
help
excited
the
about him.
chemistry, though? I don't.
Is this
I
the
don't-
Because someone to just rile. I feel like their issue is they
Yeah.
that lack of energy, that lack
Yeah.
of.
I've seen Kat cry and scream multiple times. on
is this
court.
the
yeah, but
10-day
it's
sign?
too internalized. Like
Yeah.
if they got
They
like,
need KG, obviously, to stay another
Yeah,
year.
and
They should
they-
have had that. But
it's just the fans. Like we have nobody. We don't have that like player that like we can just like absolutely adore, and like every other fan base can just hate.
Yeah, we kind of went all in with
Draft
Ricky
Grayson Allen.
Rubio.
Yeah,
Exactly. That's what I was saying, Grace Neal. But I think maybe Grace Lance Stevenson can give us a little bit of something. I mean, it just comes from like I'm watching 76ers highlights, and just an atrocious team. Well, I mean they're okay, but they have this Joel Embiid, and they're chanting the process the whole game, and our only chant is Cherry Berry, and that only comes when the opposing team is
Dan,
at the free throw
would you
line.
rather have Joel Embiid or Kat?
I would rather have Joel Embiid.
Oh, come on. No.
He's
Wow.
a much better player, Jordan.
No, he's not. Let's have a vote. I say Kat.
I haven't watched enough Joel Embiid, but I would give it to Cat right now.
Kat is
Joel Embiid could
on
definitely
another
pass
level.
him. Though. Could definitely pass him.
that
So,
kind of goes
to-
in. Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean that was just some of my thoughts. Just wondering if you guys had anything to say.
Well, I feel bad for the players because it must be difficult playing in a stadium that is just not giving you the energy, like the
But
drive.
they're not
they
they're
put it
not
on
doing
themselves.
anything to get that energy. They're not
winning games.
they're not winning games, and they're not they're not using the
pumping
crowd.
the
They're not
crowd.
pumping up the crowd. They don't. Yeah, they do nothing of the arm raising. If you watch like a 76 game, like Joel Embiid's like doing this the whole time, and like
Maybe a little floor slap on defense.
Yeah.
Just,
like it's not that hard
Yeah.
to like get like look the fans in the eye and like get them in the game. Like even like on really important like defensive sequences too. Like I think that would be really beneficial, to be honest.
KG did that all the time.
Yeah.
I remember
He's
the
not-
first game back. Yeah, we were kind of down on the sideline. He was pumping the crowd up with his arms.
Yeah, and like the guy who did like that larger dude who did like that dance,
His
like, took
name-
his shirt off.
Oh, what is it?
And like,
Jiggly Boy.
yeah, and
Jiggly
KG
Boy.
was just like laughing and like
Yeah.
pointing at him.
Well,
giving
KGs
the
don't
thumbs up.
live on
Yeah,
on
but
trees,
like,
man.
it's not that hard. Just like engage a little. I don't know. It's just there's just a very. I think there's a disconnect between the player and their
I think
fans.
that winning cures everything, and if they start winning games, fans will come. It'll be more of a. In a couple years, if we're really projected to be what we are, we can fill out games, sell out every game. I think.
We have the talent, but we're still 10 games under 500.
So
Yeah,
I understand
that's-
that it's a process, but like, when is the knowledge of Thibodeau gonna really like show? Like, do you think it's gonna be next year or is it a
I don't
long
know. I
process?
don't
It's
have-
impossible to say.
I don't have that.
Possible.
I don't see the killer instinct in a lot of these
Uh-huh.
players. I'm skeptical
Yeah.
of a leap that we're going to make in the future. I'm just saying it's definitely not a guarantee that we become like that perennial
Yes.
playoff team.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be that go-to crunch time plan that everyone just is comfortable with.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing Wiggins in that game hit a game
Yeah.
tire, right?
Yeah.
But it was like a bad shot.
No,
you
it was
know?
the same shot he took and won in Phoenix. So
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
kind of
that's
what
true.
they want to do.
Impossible 2-point jumpers.
yeah. But on the
Harder is
line,
more
likely
yeah,
to
it's
make it.
very efficient.
That kind of leads into something I wanted to talk about.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I was going to discuss a couple of the players on the trading block for the deadline and how we feel about them staying or going where they could go. So let's start with Boogie, one of Calvin's favorites.
Yes,
love Boogie,
I absolutely love Boogie. Can we put that
Obviously,
together?
he has kind of, I don't know if, I mean, I'm sure Sacramento embraces him, but I don't think he's going to win there. I think he's kind of,
The rest of the team is absolute dog.
Yes.
where do you think he could go
Well,
to really take a team to the next level?
I mean, I think Sacramento's got a clutch tight because I think he's an all-star, right? I'm assuming.
yes.
But he's got so much skill that I think.
I think one rumor was maybe the Boston Celtics, and I think that's a team that could theoretically make a package for him. But yeah, there's just so much, as Dan was saying, like red tape to clear. There's like,
They
their
would ask
owner
for a
is
lot.
kind of a psycho, the Kings owner guy, and he's really egotistical. So I feel like it's hard for Boogie to like demand a trade, and I don't
But
know.
also, on the other hand, if we're talking about the leader of a team, do you guys think he is a leader? I don't think he is even close to the temperament and personality of a leader of a winning team. With the tantrums he throws, getting in constant
I think
technicals, ejected.
Yeah.
That's part of being on such a bad team. Like, if they didn't have DeMarcus Cousins, they would be last place in the NBA.
Well, sure, there's a lot of good players on bad teams, but I mean,
I think it's good that I think it's good that he's getting so frustrated because he
Yeah.
should be frustrated. You know, I mean, that goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like, he just has so much, like, emotion.
Yeah, that is a toxic environment too. Like when George Karl became the coach, Rudy Gay told him off the plane, he's like, "Welcome to basketball hell." That was his first thing he said to the new coach. So
That's what he
you
said.
can understand that it's a very toxic place, and the fact that he still cares even after like so much mediocrity is impressive. He could obviously work on his tantrum, but yeah, I think if he was in a good
if you're forced
environment,
to
I think he
miss
could.
games from technicals and getting ejected,
Yeah.
that's not helping the team in any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But as a net plus, I would definitely say
yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
he's
So-
tremendous talent.
he could definitely help another team,
Yeah.
I think, in a positive way.
What about Melo? Do you think he could possibly go to the Cavs or staying in New York
Or Clippers.
or Clippers?
Um,
And
Yeah,
he's
it
another
sucks.
guy that I don't know if he has. People say he might not have the winning mentality or whatever. I don't know.
yeah, I don't know about that, but I think he would be a good fit on the Clippers. They don't really have, like, a good, like, small forward option. I think he could maybe slide into that in a late game situation. They're playing a lot of Luke Richard and Ba Mute, and while I like him, because he's former T-Wolf,
I never
There's
liked him.
Melo would definitely be an upgrade from that, and he'd provide another scorer. I mean, it's tough for them. They rely a lot on their big men, but you need some kind of like smaller players or guard play in the playoffs to come through down the clutch. So I think he would be good on the Clippers. For the Cavs, I don't know. I think he would, if they'd give away Caleb for him, I think that would just be like a 0 or maybe even a little bit of a decrease. So it depends on what kind of package they would include with that.
Yeah, I would say there's no way to the Cavs just because I don't think he fits with that team very well. And they were talking about Celtics too, and that makes even less sense to me. Just because him and Isaiah Thomas just like both need the ball in their hands. But I mean, I think a lot of this is just ESPN like making rumors. Like I swear, like sometimes
they're
they just
insiders. Yeah,
they just like they're trying to sell stories, and like that's exciting. You know, like the highest profile player in the biggest city. You know, where is he going to go? But you know, I think he wants to stay in New York for some weird reason because they're terrible.
ESPN's ratings have been going down like consistently every year, and like less people are watching, so they got to make up some stories to keep the viewers around.
It's a shame.
It is
that media is that way. I think we should have a state-run media. That can't go wrong, right? Especially with the current administration.
I mean, I totally agree with that. I think the Clippers might be a good fit because they kind of need a guy down the stretch in the fourth quarter, especially with Chris Paul out for a while. That they can turn to because you have to have a ball handler in your hands at the end. You know, just getting post-ups to Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan is not ideal. So, yeah, I think you could fit in there.
The only thing is, what would they give back is what I'm wondering about.
They'd have to give maybe even DeAndre. I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe DeAndre.
Austin Rivers, too. That would be bizarre.
Maybe Austin Rivers. I don't know if Austin Rivers is on, like, the mellow, like, trade stock level yet.
No.
But maybe, like, Austin Rivers and Redick or something would be the price.
Yeah, there'd be quite the package, I'm sure.
Interesting, though. I kind of hope to see some, like, mix-ups, but we'll have to see.
That's always exciting. I was hoping for Boogie Cat straight up. I think that would be a great trade.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't trade Cat for anybody right now.
Wow. I think it's time to bring back Caleb.
He's 21 years old, and he's on another level with every, he can do it all. So
that's true. I think Boogie is a bit older.
Yes.
But I would say he's the best center in the NBA.
I would have to agree right now. But Cat is closing in quickly.
All right, is that all, Jordan?
Yeah, we can be done with that.
Good stuff. I think we'll go ahead and play a song. We'll reconvene. Maybe do some advice. Maybe do a Euro Minute. Get back to some segments. Maybe Pulse of Campus. So,
Pulse of Campus.
So stay tuned. All right. It's going to be a bit of silence here, but I'll play a song quickly.